Hello, world. It's me, Dennis. I live in Texas in the good old US of A, and our state is completely controlled by a GOP supermajority that believes in cutting rights for individuals and giving more leeway to corporations. As a result of the restrictions and the discrimination people are experiencing, many are considering moving to another state for the health and well being of themselves and their families, and helping them leave Texas in a program she created called Texit is real estate agent Lilly Rockwell. Hello, Lilly. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Lilly, I was reading about you and this initiative that you have as Texit, as a real estate professional. How did you come into this concept, or how did you align with it that said that there are people who are going to be needing to move out of Texas, and I am going to assist them and find ways to do it?
Sure. So the traditional realtor marketing is actually the opposite. Selling people on the community you live in and all its benefits and convincing people why it's a wonderful place to move to. But what happened in my business is I noticed a few years ago, just organically, probably starting about 3 years ago, more clients were coming to me wanting to leave Texas entirely, not just Austin. And their reasons varied, but a lot of it had to do with Texas politics, the weather and climate change. And then just, I would say the third bucket is kind of normal reasons people move for jobs or being closer to family.
Exactly. So you address this how? What were the ways that because you've really come up with some innovative solutions.
Yeah, so first of all, when I started working with these type of clients, I realized, oh, they have slightly different needs than your typical real estate client that might be just moving within Austin. They need a lot more assistance with basically project management. In real estate, when you get your house ready to sell, we call it a make ready. And so these type of clients really needed a lot more assistance with that, not only just with coming up with the list of projects to work on, but having someone who can really be their boots on the ground to focus on this for them. So that's one thing I discovered, and that's part of my Texit package, is providing a lot of hands-on support so they can focus on getting to their next destination. But then also connection to financial support. The brokerage I work for, which is called Compass, has a program that basically provides money to people for their make-ready projects or even just moving expenses. And you don't have to pay that off until closing. And then also just helping connect them in their next destination, right, with either an agent who I have vetted and feel comfortable with, and then if they're moving abroad, there are actually some services too that help people relocate abroad.
So what are you hearing from people as they are getting settled, and then are you getting any feedback from them about their new places and what they're doing?
Yeah, I do get some feedback. It's all been positive thus far. I haven't had any exit regrets yet. But mostly I get a lot of commentary on the weather. In fact, almost all my clients, in fact, who have moved out of Austin have moved to places that have better weather, such as Four Seasons.
Yes.
So like West Coast, like Washington, Oregon, or even places kind of more East Coast. And so what I get is a lot of positive commentary about how much they like the summers and what a great decision it was. Colorado is another popular destination for people from Austin. So I haven't heard that many regrets, but everyone kind of has their different priorities about what they're looking for.
Everyone, as many different priorities as there are clients, everyone has their own individual. One of the things that really concerns me here in Texas, especially if you were having people who are moving here or whatever, and if you have a woman of childbearing age or a daughter who is of childbearing age, it would scare me to be in a state that is saying that we are going to control everything about your reproductive process. And so that's one of the things that is this when you just have casual conversations with people that you're doing, do you get into that area or do you talk about it?
Yeah, so I actually had a client and friend of mine who, right after Roe v. Wade was overturned, contacted me and said, "We're getting out of here. We have to." They have a daughter, and they felt a strong sense of urgency after that decision. And their daughter was elementary age, and they just felt like this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Like now we feel like we have to protect her, essentially. So that couple did a bunch of research about where they wanted to end up, and they landed in Colorado. And as far as I know, they've been actually there 2 years now. They're very happy with that decision, and they feel like it was the right one. I've had other clients reach out to me kind of for similar reasons in the wake of Roe v. Wade, and some actually did choose to stay. And the ones that are staying, it's usually financial, such as I have a job that it just would be hard to move, essentially.
Exactly. And that is the challenge that we're doing, and the challenge that well, Lilly, thank you for the work that you're doing, and we have to be able to provide services so that we know that in a land, the United States that we have, which is the home of the free, that we emphasize that concept of freedom, and that we're getting an opportunity to be able to do that. And you're leveraging that in every way and helping people to be able to achieve that.
Thank you. But I do want to admit, like, for me, I struggle with things that are not authentic. And so to me, it made a lot of sense to offer this kind of program, but also work with these type of clients because I understand them. I'm also on the liberal end of the spectrum. I also would like to leave Texas, but I'm here for a while due to my husband's job. And so to me, it was a much more authentic marketing experience to do this because I'm not the rah Austin realtor.
Well, I love that because this is our opportunity, and those of us who do feel of the liberal persuasion and how we're doing, however that is framed, it appears to me to be perfectly aligned with our constitutional form of government and how it was constrained, that it is for the individual and that we are to be represented and we are to be taken seriously. And you give an opportunity to be able to do this so that everyone has an opportunity, and those who wish to stay and wish to have that here, well, that's who they are. I happen to be one right now, and I'm also considering it. So you may be getting a call from me. So we'll be talking.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I've put some effort to getting the word out about my service, and I've gotten so many calls just from so many people who would like to leave. Maybe not immediately, but it's on their mind, and that's been really interesting to hear because I feel like that's new. I didn't hear that as much in the last, 10 years ago. It wasn't on the tip of everyone's tongue the way it is now.
No, and with just happening in the current legislative session that is still going on, there are a number of even more draconian bills that are coming out that are going to continue to restrict freedom for people across the gender spectrum and women in particular. So we'll see, but we'll be here together, and it's so nice to meet you and so glad that you're in this.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And this is Lilly Rockwell, and we will see you and everybody next time.